Last time on Generation Gap, we compared cult classics, and the Corvair killed it.
Yep. All right. Okay.
It did.
Yeah.
Bad.
Today, we're somewhere super cool.
Meet Davin. When given the choice, he almost always prefers the older car. This is Matt. He believes cars don't have to be old to be great. Each episode, we give them a category, they pick their favorites, and you decide who's right. This week, GTOs.
So today on Generation Gap, what we brought is almost as important as who owns these vehicles. We are at Ken Lingenfelter's Collection, and somehow he has allowed us to pick cars to drive and critique.
Which is very cool.
So today, I've got a 2006 Pontiac GTO. It's not just any GTO, wide body prototype, Twin Turbo LS2.
Oh, so it's got a push-up bra is what you're saying.
No, what it's got is my hopes and dreams for them ever have making a Judge in the new generation.
Ooh, all right. So since you brought that up,
Yes.
I have the Judge.
I
The
see
Judge
that.
is in the house, buddy.
So I see.
1969 Pontiac Judge, Orbit Orange, all muscle.
So I seem to remember someone making fun of me for the Little Red Express being a little too flashy. I can't help but think
That was the Little Red Express.
this has a lot
the
going
Judge.
on. Okay, well, let's look at the specs.
The 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. 400 cubic inch Ram Air 3 V8 M24 speed transmission, 355-to-1 safety track rear, designed as a low-cost, stripped-down GTO to compete with the Plymouth Roadrunner. 72,287 GTOs sold in 1969, but only 6,833 were the Judge. 2006 Custom Pontiac GTO. Kip Wasinko and GM Performance Division were behind this custom design GTO, which won the 2006 SEMA Design Award for Best New GM Exterior. This GTO holds a Stage 3, 750 horsepower, twin turbo K-Tech 402 engine, Petters RA6 Extreme suspension, C6 Z06 brake kit, and a short throw shifter.
Okay, Davin, we've got GTOs.
We have a pair of nice GTOs.
They're both orange, but yours is like
Orbit
orange. So you're saying it's out of this world.
It is out of this world. That's kind of like a sunburst. What was the color called?
It's brazen orange.
Nice. And you know what the interesting part about this 69 is?
What's that?
You paid more to get less. For a little over $300, Pontiac said, we'll strip off some of those, extra trim pieces and air conditioning and stuff like that.
It's called a weight reduction kit.
Yes, it was.
And they charge you money for it.
Well, like any good weight loss plan, it's going to cost you money.
That's right. Okay, so this is a 2006, and even though 2006 was the last year for Pontiac to make the GTO and their revitalization, I like to pretend in my brain that this is what the Judge would have been had they made the Judge then.
Maybe. I don't think it has the lines it needed to replicate even the first generation and certainly not the second generation.
But it's got well more than enough performance. That's
I
fine.
don't know that these two sit in the same room though as each other.
Well, no, this one's got to be...
Hold it. Meaning, you have a lot of creature comforts here and you definitely have a lot more power at this point in the game. However, you have to keep in context 1969, this is going up against big block Chevys, the big Hemis of the day, at about 100 pounds less in the engine compartment, and it's got the same horsepower, 366 horse. So keeping it on a level playing field with who it was playing with, at the end of the day, this still is a better looking, feeling, and performing car for 1969.
As much as you may wish it, there's no handicap for being old. We got to see if this thing still performs today, not in 1969.
Okay, that's fine. But this is going to make you feel like you're in 1969.
That's not always good.
And I can't wait to drive it.
Okay, well, let's just go drive.
Let's just drive enough of this.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First time you've driven a stick?
It feels like it. I haven't been so cautious in a car ever.
Was it?
Yes.
It's got traction control on.
Right. This thing has a wonderful sound.
It does. I love this wood steering wheel. It feels fantastic.
I don't mean to correct you, but simulated wood steering wheel.
Okay.
I love the looks of this hood. When you look out,
It is pretty cool looking.
isn't that sweet? And that tack right up there prominent for you to look at. Right
Yeah,
on the
it's
hood.
definitely in your field of
Right
view. I
on the
like that
hood
it's
where
up
you should
back.
see it. That's $3,000.
Not even winding it out.
Oh, speed limit's 50, Matt. There's 50.
Well, happy Monday. This is my gift to you, Monday.
Real floor vents. Air that comes from the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a good sound. It's a good feel. It's an easy car to drive. Amazing.
Is it easier than you expected?
Much. I have a feeling that there's a reason they put a Hurst shifter in this.
Yes. From
Just
the factory.
From the factory, I think that it was a fantastic choice. So are you ashamed to be in this vehicle?
I am not ashamed to be in this vehicle. Wow, that is just lovely.
The car was giggling.
It's definitely not a retro,
No.
trying to retro style.
No, it's not doing what the Mustang and the Camaro and
No.
everything else did.
It's forging its own path. So are you reasonably impressed with the 400 from 1969 at 366 horses?
Reasonably impressed. It's still lacking.
Over the top performance.
It's not over the top. It's floaty, the steering's not tight. The clutch is not harsh in any way. Not that that's bad. There's no overachieving at the moment that I'm coming across.
When you got out of the gas, if I went, would that sound better? Would you feel better about that? There we
It's
go.
way better.
How's that?
This is a different car. This is so much different. Yep, that'll do.
Okay, Matt, I don't know about you, but I need a smoke and a glass of water.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
They're both phenomenal. I'm grinning. I don't know what to do.
To compare the cars, they are definitely both Pontiac.
They're both performance.
I think we can argue if the newer one's still a GTO or not, and let's put that aside. I
we
mean,
could
after
spend
the
a month.
performance of that, yes,
Right.
that would just be a silly argument.
Forget that. We're happy. Both of us are happy.
We're not
people.
happy, we're giddy. It's crazy. Let's count them down.
All right. So up first, we've got performance.
I figured you'd take performance
I'm
on.
gonna. I've already taken it. I've got it. It's mine. No
Going-
longer an ace in the hole.
I am going to put my hands down and concede, performance-wise, from a sheer power, that thing is ridiculous.
Yes,
In a good way.
it's a great way.
When you let off the gas on that thing and you hear the turbos pop, 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 that is awesome.
The little.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can't.
Now
You can't beat the.
but you
blow-off
can't argue with this when you get into the 4-barrel and it kicks down.
valve.
It's
Once that
growling
4-barrel.
at you.
It's not underperforming.
No,
So let's talk about collectability.
I think I got you. Now I don't want to lean 100% on the fact that I have the old car.
Okay.
Okay, I won't do that to you. You're gonna have to give me some reason on this one.
Some reason? Okay. Well, we're talking about this specific 2006 GTO. This came out of GM Performance. This is not something that Bill built in his shed.
Oh.
The GTO had its legs cut out from under it because this was the last year. We never even got to see what crazy stuff they wanted to do with it when they thought this monster up.
We'll at least split.
I'm
Let's
comfortable
split
with
on
the
that.
Classic being collectible.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
All right. So ease of ownership.
All right, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
From a GTO standpoint, not anything specific. So I think the ease of ownership in getting parts is easy. And I'll leave it with this. One of one.
It's the only one.
You got to make the pieces.
Now we're on to looks.
Are you really going to challenge the looks?
I'll say this, and I think you'll agree 100%. The wide body kit made this a totally different looking car.
Yes.
But I defer. That one looks a little better.
Yes.
This
one looks a lot better. And after the wide body came out and they showed the GM execs this package, I'm sure the execs were going, God, why didn't we do that first?
They hit it with this
They
one.
hit it on
There was
the
nothing
head
missed.
immediately.
So finally, passion. There's no two ways around the passionate owner of the Classic GTO.
That's correct. I don't think you can get even past that close. They're very passionate about their GTOs. I think for that group, though, this is going to be a little bit of a reach for them, but they will certainly embrace the fact that that is Pontiac excitement.
To be fair, though, this is such a tragic story because the GTO was just gone for 30 years. They didn't make anything.
No.
Badge GTO. And all of a sudden they came back and they said, well, this evolution that we would have had in the last 30 years, I think this is where we would have ended up. And they put it out and it didn't perform. Lasted 3 years, out again.
Do you think the owners of these are going to be equally as passionate as the Classic GTO is?
I actually think so. Everybody likes an underdog.
That's true. What do you think? Split then on passion?
I think we'll just split it.
Okay, let's split on passion.
Because to be honest, I would take them both.
I would too.
Really?
Absolutely.
The new car.
Yes, I would take the new car.
Wow.
I mean, this car is got the classic side of it, and it's huge on looks.
Absolutely.
And it's good on performance. Mm-hmm. But that thing really gets you going, and it is a lot of fun to drive. I would want both. Okay, Matt, our numbers show
Yeah.
the Classic GTO is better than the new version.
It pulled ahead by a little, but you have to admit, I'm no jive turkey for bringing this thing down here today.
Well, maybe not yet.
We want to know which one you like more, so go ahead, click the link below, vote on which car is better. Don't feel like you're telling Ken which one is not good, because you're not, and he doesn't care anyways.
That's true.
We'll be at Lingenfelter's for a couple more episodes, or until they kick us out,
Which hopefully isn't soon.
or drag us out, kicking and screaming.
It would be kicking and screaming.
Thanks a lot for watching. We've got a lot of cool things coming. We'll see you next time.